Welcome to the Quick Start Guide for FL Studio, a powerful digital audio workstation that allows you to create amazing music on your own. In this video, we'll walk you through the essential steps in order to get started with FL Studio 20. But before we begin, please subscribe to this channel for more amazing music content and amazing music video tutorials for you to grow and learn more about FL Studio and music production in general. So let's get started. So let's start the tutorial. When you open FL Studio for the first time, you will be greeted with this interface, and we are going to learn about all the components that are present here so that we can create our first beat. So there are various components in FL Studio for you to create music with. First thing is the channel rack, in which you can load up your samples or your plugins, anything you like. The next thing is the mixer. These are the mixer channels in where you can mix the track and level the track according to your wish. The next thing is the piano roll, in which you can create melodies with your sample. So then comes the browser, from where you can pick out the samples and load your sample packs, and the effects for the mixers. Everything is inside the browser, so we'll get to it one by one. Let's start with the channel rack. As I said, you can drop in samples or you can add plugins in here to create your beat and create your melodies. So we'll be creating a beat from scratch in this tutorial so that you can too. So let's do the first thing. Let's drop in a sample, a kick sample that I like. Let's say this. I like this kick. I'll just drag and drop, or you can do is click on right click on the sample that you want to add and then open a new channel. So it will just get added to the channel rack. So now the kick is added and I want to create a beat with this kick. So I can do two things. First is I can just create a sequence here. I'm sorry, that is bad, but let's say I want to go with this. So I'm happy with the kick, but let's say I don't want to make the kicks like this. I want to use another way. So we won't add the kick to the channel rack. We can just drag and drop the kick on the playlist itself. It will get added to the channel rack by default. So the kick is here, so that's no issue. So as I've added the kick, let's say I've added this pattern. Now I want to add a snare. So these are the default kicks and kick, hi-hat and snare samples that are loaded onto the FL Studio channel rack when you open the door. But you can use these, but you can change also. So there's no restrictions. So let's say for this video I'll use the 808 snare that's by default loaded in the channel rack. And then let's go with the hi-hat. And a clap. You can also make it bigger by just pulling this to the right, and you can create more sequences like this. It will just keep on looping. So we've created the basic drum pattern in our channel rack, and now I want to drag it to the playlist and add more instruments to it. So what I'll do is, as this is pattern 1, I'll just click on this part, pattern 1, and I'll click on the playlist, and the pattern that we made gets added to the playlist. So we made the drum pattern in the channel rack, and now we want to make another pattern but for an instrument. So we'll have to make another pattern. So in order to make another pattern, you have to just scroll once, and this is the new pattern. Now let's say we want to add a keyboard. So where's FL Keys? There it is. So this is FL Keys, the FL Studio's default stock MIDI plugin. Not MIDI plugin, but the piano plugin. So now we want to make a chord progression or a melody. So in order to do that, we have to go to the next part of the video, which is piano roll. So now we've added the drum pattern, and now we want to make a chord progression in FL Keys. So in order to do that, you have to right click on the sampler and then click piano roll. This opens up piano roll in FL Studio, which is used for creating melodies and chord progressions and drum patterns if you like. So we'll make a chord progression in the piano roll. In the piano roll, you can see a lot of things. There are keys at the side to help you understand which notes are you playing. So let's say you can click on this and here what notes are you playing. So that are the keys. So now let's make a chord progression. If you have a MIDI, you can just play it, or if you don't have a MIDI, you can just click on the note, click on the playlist, and the note gets added. So we want to add an A minor chord. So A, C, and E. So that's A minor. So we've created the chord progression that we want for this beat. So now just again click on the playlist and your pattern gets added to the playlist. Now let's hear it first. So that was the instruments and the drums. So let's say now we want to add another instrument like a bass. We'll just go again to the channel rack. I have already added a stock plugin which is called Sakura. Let's say I'll do this again. We'll just click here, then here it is, Sakura. This is an amazing stock plugin. You also have lots of sounds like bass, keyboards, pads, lot of things. So we'll add a bass to this beat. I like this sound, so I'll click on the piano roll. And here we have our bass line. Let's hear it once. So that was channel rack and piano roll. So we've created this beat, and now we'd like to mix this beat, and let's say level the beat with all the volumes, and let's add effects to the beats and the keys. In order to do that, we have to go to the next part of the video, which is the mixer. So let's go to mixer. So we have created the beat, and now we want to mix it or level it. So in order to do that, you have to first open the mixer, which is this part here, or click F9, anything you want. So now we have the mixer here, and we want to send the samples, the kicks, the drums and the keys to the mixer channel and assign different channels to different sounds. So let's first see, as I've already sent every sound to a different channel here. You can see, you can scroll you can scroll this part and you can select any channel you like for the sample that you want. So let's say I've added this kick to this channel 8, and I've already assigned every sound to different channel. So let's hear it first. So as you can see, every channel has a different sound. This is the kick, hi-hat, snare and clap. This is the bass, and here we have the piano. So now we've added the samples and the keys, the pianos to the mixer. Now we want to add effects to it. So let's say we want to add a reverb to the piano. You can just click on the channel that you want the effects to be on, and then click on the drop down and then select, and here's Fruity Reverb. This is a stock FL Studio plugin, which is again a very great plugin for mixing. So let's see what it sounds like. You can solo the track by right clicking on the track and it's soloed. So now we will only hear the piano. So we've added reverb to the piano, and now let's listen to this again. Sounds amazing for the first time. So now let's say we've mixed our whole beat and everything is done. So this is what it sounds like. Let's see. So that's our beat which we made in the first time in FL Studio. So we've done the beat, we've done the mixing, we've done everything, and we are happy with what we made. So now we want to export it. So now let's go to the next part of the video, which is exporting your track. So we just created our first beat in FL Studio, and now we want to export it. So to export your track, you can just make sure everything is done, everything is leveled, and you are sure what it sounds like and you're happy with it. Now go to File, Export, Wave File. Now let's name this track Amazing First Beat. Save, and then this export menu comes up, which has a lot of settings. So you have to select what kind of format you want. It's wave, mp3, anything you like. And then there's a lot of things, a lot of technical things, which I'll explain in later videos, but for now let's leave it like that. And now just click on start. Now let's check out the exported beat first. Here we have it. Here we have it, the first beat that we produced in FL Studio 20, and we've produced, mixed and exported the track in no time. So that is it for the video. I hope you learned a lot from this, and I hope you keep on making amazing music. Till then, subscribe to this channel for more amazing music content and tutorials, and let me know what you want to learn next. Till then, I'm Rishi and this is Produce with Ease.